Hi, I'm Flathead Associate News Editor Ariel Cohen here with John Zachary, better known as Jay-Z, for that guy. Hey, Jay-Z.
Hey.
So, tell us how you first came to the college.
Alright, well, I was checking out some schools, kind of like in the South. I hate cold weather, so I was like determined to not go to school anywhere that had cold weather. So I only looked like south of DC, and I'm from Bethesda, Maryland, so anywhere south of there was like okay. And I went down to visit Duke, and I hated it. I hated Duke. And on my way back, we were stopping like kind of through Williamsburg, and my dad actually went to VIMS, like which is like the Marine Sciences grad school here, and he was like, you know, you should check out William and Mary. I think you'd like it. And I was like, no, they're a bunch of nerds. I don't want to go there. And he was like, just go. Spend a few minutes on the campus, like go. So got out of the car, kind of walked around campus, and I really love history, so I was like, all right, I'll see Williamsburg. I'll humor him. About 5-10 minutes into being on campus, I was 100% convinced that like I wanted to go to school here. Like I just like fell in love with it immediately, and I don't know like what it is about it, but I learned over time that my analysis that everybody is nerds kind of true, but they're fun, so it worked out, and I kind of fit in.
Your nerdy side coming out.
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay.
So do you have any funny stories from when you first came here?
Definitely. I mean, my freshman year was wild. I lived in a hall that was like the hall that like caused all the destruction. Like that hall was the hall that I lived on, and we lived in DuPont, and I mean like things were just broken all the time. Like one of my friends, one morning we woke up and there was this cake smeared all over every single wall of DuPont. So like the entire first floor, the second floor, there was just cake like smeared everywhere except in our hallway, and we were kind of like, what happened? And this kid was like, oh, I cleaned up our hall, so now people won't think we did it, because he had gone through and just like smeared a cake over the entirety of like the building. So like yeah, it was wild, but they're good kids. Got through it. They didn't really do so well grades wise maybe on my hall, but that's okay. Recovered, got back on track. But
it's what's important.
It's what's important. Yeah.
Exactly. So you had a crazy freshman year, but then you spent some time as an RA.
I did. I was an RA for Yates for 2 years on First South, and I thought my freshman hall was bad. Yates First South, my sophomore year, they made my freshman hall look like angels. I don't think I ever was able to go to bed before like 3 o'clock in the morning any night of the week when I lived there that year, because people would just be like yelling and going nuts and stuff, and like I'd be woken up for like the weirdest things. Like I had one like night where it was like 4 in the morning and there was like a lot of loud noises, and I like opened the door to my hall, and my hall had taken water bottles and frozen them, and they had set them up like a bowling like structure and were throwing other frozen water bottles at them at 4 in the morning. And I'm like thinking like this is like a Tuesday night, like they've got to be like drunk or something, right? And they're completely sober, and they're like, yo dude, this is fucking awesome. And I was like, oh god, like really guys, like it's 4 in the morning. And that's just like, I mean, things were broken on our hall all the time, and like on blowout, somebody took a dump in the middle of our hallway on the floor in like broad daylight. That was
lovely.
It was lovely, yeah. That's what it was. So they were really fun. I liked living with them, but they were pretty bad.
So besides being an RA, what other stuff have you gotten involved in on campus in your time here?
Well, I'm a Delta Phi, and I started that my freshman year. I joined in the spring, and that kind of like led me into a bunch of other things. Kind of through brothers, kind of like getting me involved in stuff or whatnot. So my sophomore year, I joined 1 and 4, and that's something that I've become really passionate about. And I just, it's something that's, you know, working to end, you know, rape and end sexual assault, something that really I've grown to really become passionate about doing. And then the other thing that I've really spent a lot of time with is the Interfraternity Council. I was on the exec for 2 years with that, and so doing a lot of work kind of trying to better the Greek community. That's
great. Yeah. So as your last year, do you have any advice to students at William and Mary after you've spent some time here?
Don't take it too seriously. I think that people here get too like bogged down, and they get so like stressed out and like overworked and everything, and like this is like the most fun you're gonna have your entire life, and people like forget that a lot here. So I think that's like one thing. Like get out of swim a little more. Like the way I see it is, if you know, the difference between an A and an A minus in a class could be the difference between like you having fun for a semester and you not having fun. And I think at the end of the day, just take the A minus, you'll have a better time. But that's just me.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Jay-Z. We really appreciate having you. And if you know anybody you'd like to see as that guy, email Flathead Online.